Hey, I'm loving the camera on my editing computer, right? So yeah, I know this video is an hour long. This actually it's actually 3 hours long. I broke it into two parts, so it's going to seem a little disjointed. But if you watch both videos, the two low voltage lighting videos will make sense. The other one isn't going to be quite as long, I hope. But bear with me. Like I said, I had three projects going on at one time, and my editing style is and my videoing style is just such that it was very difficult for me to try to go in and cut out where I repeat myself doing three different things at the same time. So there you go. That's why it seems a little weird. No, I'm going to cut this into two. Like I said, this is going to be two videos. It should be four, but you guys will sit on your ass and watch a fucking baseball game for 2.5 hours. You can watch me for an hour. And my camera keeps shitting out. Hey kids, welcome back to Uncle Fezzi's Mad Lab. What's Uncle Fezzi up to today? Well, fighting with my video camera and some more low voltage lighting stuff. In the video that I just posted, I showed how I designed and built and installed this piece of low voltage lighting. Now, this thing, in my other video, I explained that this is meant to be put on a post or a wall or something. And that's great, but I don't like it because everything I do has to be fancy and special. So, also in the previous video, I show how I take this light, I install it in a housing that looks very similar to this one. This one's different. And I just set it on the ground out by where we needed light. Well, I'll tell the truth, and quite frankly, I glued feet to the bottom of it. I only put 3 feet on. Now the thing tips over. That wasn't part of my plan. And the other problem is, right by my basement door, it's now super duper dark. Why is it super duper dark? Well, it's a night vision thing, right? So you're now coming out of the lit house, down the lit pathway, to the lit stair, to the dark door. And my eyes, my wife's eyes, my eyes, they just can't adjust fast enough to not trip over the door. There's about 5 to 8 feet of space between where the other light is and the door that's totally black, and it's impossible to see the door. And that has become a problem. The other problem is the light fixture that I show in the last video that I made. It's a little tippy-toppy, and quite frankly, I don't like it at all. So, what did I do? Well, every problem has a 3D printing solution, right, kids? So, I went into Fusion, and I redesigned that light fixture, and here it is. Let's see if we can get it off the build plate. Yep, came right off the build plate. Oh, that's... I highly suggest Vision Miner Nano Adhesive, because that's some good... Oh, I need that. That's some good stuff. Ever since I started using that product, I have had no adhesion issues. I take that back. I had one adhesion issue, and that was because the Vision Miner stuff, it lasts a long time, but it doesn't last forever. So, and all you have to do is hit it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to like revive it, and you're good for probably 6 or 8 more prints before you have to completely reapply the adhesive. Now, that's a whole nother fucking rant. So I redesigned the light fixture, and I designed another light fixture. Well, 2 actually. Then we're going to show, in my plumbing video, I give a sneak peek of the next video, or of the next iteration of the low voltage lighting fixture. So, who doesn't like to remove support material, right? So I printed this one. No, I didn't break anything. The amount of waste with 3D printing is really, quite frankly, amazing. So I revisited. Oh, I think I have a problem here. Shit. This is supposed to be a cavity. And it's not. Shit. I was going to use sand to fill this and weight it. And now I don't think I can. I'm going to have to use some kind of liquid. See, kids, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. It just occurred to me that this is now full of support material. I guarantee it. So my original game plan here. Let's get a drill bit. Shit! Damn it! I bet this is full of support material. If it is, which it is, I have a problem. You motherfucker. So I printed this plug. So the original game plan here for this part, I should have printed it in this orientation. I don't know, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I still have to put support in it. And I should have printed it as 2 pieces. Fuck. I gotta go look at the... Yeah, I can even see the support material in there. Alright, I'm gonna shut the camera off because I'm gonna have a little bit of a fucking fit. Because I made a huge mistake. I gotta figure out how to get that support material broken up enough that I can put weight in here. So the idea here was to weight the bottom of this, right? Put this light in here, right? And weight the thing. Right, so that it actually works out perfectly, right? It's a little higher than the other one, and it was supposed to be full of support, or supposed to be filled with sand, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that one off now. If I break up the support material on the inside, I might be able to get weight in there, but I don't think it's going to let me. This fucking print took forever, too. I should have used tree. Either that or it's totally solid. It's pretty weighty. It might be fully solid. If it is, then I gotta go look at the fucking file. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a total fucking dimwit, right? So I went in and I checked the file, the slice, and yeah, I did exactly what I thought I did. So the underside of this was supposed to be a hollow cavity. And apparently in Fusion, I fucked up and made this solid. That explains why it's a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to be when I took it off the build plate. Oops. Yeah, that's a hilarious... boy, that was kind of an oversight on my part. And I wish I could say it was hilarious, but it's kind of irritating. Because I wanted this thing to be really weighty. So, because I have a hoard, because I'm a firearms enthusiast, and I have a hoard, I just happen to have a whole bunch of number 6 shot. Actually, this stuff is even bigger than 6. This, the other option is to cut up a shotgun shell and fill what the... I was able to drill this out. So I even have a little plug. I mean, I went so far as to design a little plug to stick in here. So I'm just going to fill what I can with some lead to give it just a little bit more weight. And then I got to decide if I'm going to try to use this. This shot is real big. I might cut up a shotgun shell. Yeah, this is like 6 shot, if not bigger. It might even be... My preference would be to use smaller shot. Lead. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut a shotgun shell in half. I have some number 8 target loads. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and then cut a shotgun shell in half. Fuck. Shocking, I had a couple number 8 shells with no homes. You know, why would I not have a shit ton of shotgun shells? Kind of breaks my heart to cut one open instead of blasting it down range, but now I have a blank. I could unfold this. Ooh, I could cut it. No, that's supposed to be, okay, so that's number 8 shot. I don't even have to do that anyway. Yeah, we'll use that for scaring the neighbors. I'm pretty sure it'll still, oop, last of it. It looks awful big for number 8. Boy, am I a little pissed. I'm going to have to get a funnel or something because that ain't going to work. Harbor Freight helps again. Can't believe I printed that way. I can. I've been rushing around a lot lately, and I don't exactly know why. Because, not for nothing, it's not like I got a lot of shit to do. That wasn't very much. It wasn't very much, or it all got stuck on the way in. Well, I guess it's better than nothing, right? Boy, that really irritates the living piss out of me that I did that. I have no one to blame but this for myself. And I guess it's a little heavier. Not by much. What I ought to do is take a 1/2 inch drill bit, fucking make it count. God damn it, this print took forever too, and that's why. This print shouldn't have taken that long, and now I know why it took so long to do. But I think I might just live with it. The other option is to drill more holes. It's not going to increase the weight by that much. Third option is to glue it to a rock. Alright. Literally added grams, tenths of ounces, because it's a 1 ounce shot. And I only put like 1/4. It's 1 ounce and 1/8. Ooh. That's why these are heavier. These got some bone to them. That's why I like to use those when I shoot trap. Alright. That is irritating. We're going to fill that with CA glue. Give it just a tiny little bit more of weight. Damn, that's irritating. I'm still shocked I didn't. Well, I'm not shocked. That's just fucking irritating. It'll be heavy enough. Now I lost the plug. And there's little bits of black fucking plastic all over the floor because I haven't cleaned up in weeks. Now I don't know where the plug is. Fan-fucking-tastic, feathers. I don't know if I could fuck up any more today. Day's still young, though. Option 2 is not give a shit about the plug, even though I went out of my way to print it. Fuck me. See, organization's the key to my success. could replay the video back and see exactly where the plug went. It's got to be on the floor. Has to have fallen on the floor. That's not the plug. Even though it could double as a plug. Made a cool little plug. That's not it. Motherfuck. Just a sign of what my day is gonna go like. I can tell from here. I'm gonna play the video back and see what happened to my plug. Because it's not here. Well, it could be. That's a screw. It's gonna be one of those days. Fuck the plug. I'm so pissed off right now. Yeah, whatever. Oh, there it is. Imagine that, right? Just when I start to get really mad. So it looks like it can actually fit a couple pellets in there. I know it's not a lot, but believe it or not, it does kind of add up a little. Yeah, it is lead. I should drill like a 1/2-inch hole in here, but where the hole is oriented in the base, I can't actually do that. Boy, that's fucking irritating. Alright, so I got as much in there as I think I can get. This is heavy, thin CA glue. Clear, but I don't feel like using black. We'll see what happens. I got to use this stuff up anyway, so it's not the end of the world. A lot more space in there than I thought. Well, the next funny thing is it'll seep through the layer lines. That'll be the next thing that it does. It's taking a lot more than I thought. And it has actually, it feels like it's getting a little heavier. Ah, bastard. Not one of my brightest fucking moves. I wish I'd have thought about that before I did it. Seems like that's the story of my life. Not quite thinking before doing. Again, this is one of those things that this particular section of this light, nobody's ever going to see it. But boy, is this irritating. Did it again. Gotta get it in the hole. Oh, I wonder if it's filling the whole cavity. That might be what it's doing, because it's taking an awful lot of glue. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. There's no way, unless it didn't fill as much as I thought it did. This is a very interesting experiment at this point. I'm very interested in this. It's not soaking through the front, which is nice. I can't believe I fucking did that. Another example of a shit day for me. Grab this punch here and see if we can punch it down some more. If we can get it squished down, pack in, this might not be a total loss. I don't think CA eats PLA. I don't think it eats the PLA. No. Let's put some more in there. Why not, right? Yeah, I probably could. Well, actually, the inside of it's solid, so it's not like I could even cut the bottom out and then glue the bottom back in because reasons. It's infill. It's actually pretty solid infill too. I was looking at the slice, and yeah, I was looking at the slice, and the slice. One. To add to my aggravation, my allergies have gotten absolutely fucking insane lately. Now, like I said, this section or this part of the, I have a feeling that there's gaps or something that this is flowing into, and that's why it's taken forever to fill this cavity. I mean, it's a 1/4 inch hole that goes almost all the way through, but I was kind of hoping that the shot was going to take up more space. Apparently it doesn't. There we go. Alrighty. I might call that. Oh, it's actually definitely feels heavier now. I just glued my finger to it. Bond skinned instantly, kids. And we'll put some more in. I wanted the whole base to be solid lead. So it was like super duper heavy. I can't believe I fucked that up. It wouldn't have printed anyway. Not in the orientation that I had it. Alright, we're going to call it. I'm calling it. That's as heavy as it's going to get. Which is heavier than it was. So, there you go. And I'm going to put a drop one here. And force it together. A little plug there. Yeah, it's a little heavier than it was, which is what I wanted. It's up off the ground a little bit more, which is what I wanted. Can't believe I fucked that up, which isn't what I didn't want, but it is what it is. Put my improvised cap back on this. This worked really well. All right. Now, of course, yeah, always put the lid back on your shot container because the chances of you knocking it over and spilling lead all over the place is about 100%. It's like leaving an open cup of coffee on your paint bench. Chances of you dumping paint in it are pretty good. Okay. Now that that fiasco's fucking done. I still actually have to drill this hole out a little bit because this fitting does not go through this hole. By kind of a good bit. But I have to do it with, I can't do it with a drill bit. I originally did it with a step bit, and then it dawned on me I didn't put the hole in the right place. So you can see where the plug is. The hole's right above it. I'm gonna have to do that with a Dremel. Why wouldn't I? Not one of my better designs. I will absolutely admit that. Not one of my better designs. If I was a crazier loon, and I already am, I'd reprint this whole thing. But quite frankly, I don't want to. I'm tired of reprinting shit. And this one's going to get sealed because the hole's so fucky looking. Ah, so close. Can't get it from that side. There we go. One of these days I'm going to turn off a Dremel in the right direction. Alright. The other thing I could do, that's actually a great idea. That's a fucking incredibly great idea. Alright, so problem has actually just been solved by my own rage here. What we're going to do, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Okay, so that's the credo. It's the credo of the Navy SEALs, but it's also my credo. There's three things. First of all, never trust anybody. I don't care who it is. Trust no one. 2, because no one's coming to save you. And it is your duty to improvise, adapt, and overcome to save your own filthy ass. And if you're not willing to do any of those things, well, then you're in the wrong fucking business. Alright, let's plug in the spinster's friend, because that's how we're going to fix this. Which I think is in the house. Why wouldn't it be in the fucking house? Hey, look at that, we're back. Because I'm a fucking hoarder and an old school photographer, I should go shut that compressor off. I keep forgetting to turn my compressor off. I have a leak somewhere and I haven't been able to actually find it. And then again, I haven't really looked too hard for it. This system used to be so tight that I could turn it off and then leave it for like a week and not have any leaks. I've developed a leak somewhere and I don't know, I can't hear it. But we'll let it charge up and then I'll turn it off because I don't need it today. You know, I'm just gonna turn it off now. It's amazing how much power that thing draws because it's making every light in the building flicker.
So I took a moment of reflection, and I came up with pretty much, I think, what's going to be the answer. And, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes fucking up isn't a bad thing, right? And having a couple minutes to sit down, smoke a cigarette, make yourself another cup of ice cold coffee, kind of like, you know, okay, well, how am I going to fix this? You fucked up, Flounder. You trusted us. So, it's not heavy enough with that. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to seal it and then fill it full of lead, you know, because I have all those little lead balls. Then, well, shot. Then it occurred to me, you know, I was a photographer I'm a photographer now. I've been a photographer since I got my first 35 millimeter camera for my 12th birthday. Same year I got my sewing machine, actually. So what do I have that your average Joe doesn't have? Or your average Jose or Miguel? Film canisters. As a matter of fact, I got a shit ton of film canisters. And guess what? They're not just for weed anymore. So what I did was I filled 2 film canisters full of lead shot. I'm going to seal them with tape. Film canisters, they're pretty tough, but they're not super tough. So what I'm going to do is fill these up with lead tape. I don't want to seal this light. In case the light goes bad, I don't want to have to redo the entire thing. But there's also a possibility that you know, this is PLA. This thing could disintegrate at any given moment. You know, there's a lot of different ways I could have put lead in this. One was to completely reprint it with the cavity. The other was to you know, melt a little lead plate to stick in the bottom, or use like cement or, I don't know, epoxy. Put the lead in the epoxy. You know, like 10 different things I could have come up with. And the one I came up with, which I'm going to stick with at this point, is the lead inside the film containers. I can fit 2 film cans inside of this and still have room to put the wire through. And not for nothing, it's super duper heavy now. So this wasn't a total failure. It was just a redesign, you know, a re-engineer on the fly. Because like I've said many times, improvise, adapt, overcome. Today was the easy day. And, you know, my experience with film canisters is, I don't want to say they're not indestructible, but they are pretty tough. I've stored countless amounts of weed in these things. I am going to glue them in because I don't want them bouncing around inside of here. Because this thing, I guarantee this thing's going to get kicked and blown around. Part of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is I know myself, and it's going to get power washed. It's going to get power washed. It's going to get leaf blown. It's going to get beat up. The light absolutely is going to get beat up. So we're going to put. And then put the glue in the right spot. All right, that's okay. We can. We have plenty, plenty of hot glue around here. So we're gonna do it this way. Oops. If I don't get hot glue on myself and burn the shit out of myself, it'll be a fucking miracle. Ah! There it goes. Motherfucker. Fuck. I knew that was going to happen. Almost like I've fucking done it before. Ow. Fucker. Okay. Yeah, that's weight. That's weight. I wish the weight was a little bit lower in the light, but I think that's going to work just fine. And because I have a ton of hot glue, stick some on the edge here. I don't necessarily want this to... My extension cord doesn't work. Well, it works, but my extension cord is where I put that block is in a bad spot. It actually takes about half an hour for hot glue to cool down, especially when it's that fucking hot. God damn it. That was hot. Son of a bitch. Burned myself sure as shit. That stuff's about 250, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, hot surface. Yeah, no shit. This one has a kickstand on it. My old one did too, but it got broken decades ago. Let's move this hot lava fucking creator out of the way here. Now, again, I don't want to seal these. I don't know why. I should seal them, but I don't really want to seal them. I don't think they need to be sealed. They are intended for outdoor use. And if I have to, I will seal it. I mean, we've got... Ooh, interesting. The hot glue actually melted the PLA. Oh, that is very interesting. Oh, and it caught the fucking... And the light's upside down. Yeah, the fact that the hot glue melted the PLA is very interesting. Not really. PLA melts at a pretty low temperature. Obviously lower than the temperature of... the hot glue melts at a temperature obviously higher than PLA. That's what I get for using PLA instead of ABS. But I really like the PLA color. These white plastic inserts suck. I don't even save them anymore. I used to save all that stuff. I don't save them anymore. Now, let's screw it together. Hopefully I won't crack anything this time. I may have cracked something the last time. That's another thing. The first one of these I built, I wasn't super crazy about it. So the fact that I had to build another one it's not the end of the world, and it doesn't upset me too much. I really like this one now. I wasn't crazy about it before, but now I'm getting to like it a little bit better. So these have a little drain hole in the bottom of them. That's actually why I didn't want to seal it, because that's not meant to be sealed. All right, so there's the new light housing, and then we're gonna go put that in place. And it's good and heavy. And with the lead shot inside of the film canisters, when this gets broken, which I'm fairly sure it's going to get busted, it should contain the lead shot. Not that because I care about the environment, I blast that stuff up into the air, but because I don't want to lose it. You know, if I have my choice between disassembling shotgun shells and using the lead in them to weight something down, or to use it to break a clay bird, I'd rather break a clay bird, or, well, then there's always the intruders. Okay, so that one's done. So, what was the next part of the project? Well, now, I discussed it earlier. I'm just going to bears reiteration. I have a spot near my back door that needs more light, because I was a little short-sighted when I did the first light. I hope this works. Oh, look at that. Fucking gorgeous. So, what do we got going on here? Oh, short attention span theater, right? We're going to take this one apart because we're going to assemble this one. We're not going to fully assemble it, but we're going to... When when I built this, so this was the original corner light over there. You saw me on the other video. I rebuilt the whole thing, and I put lead in it and what have you. Well, I screwed up. Shocking, I know, right? And I wanted to put 3 points of contact on the bottom of this. Well, there are two things. When you do 3 points of contact, you need your 3 points to be equal. Otherwise, it'll tip over. The whole idea of having 3 points of contact as opposed to 2 or 4 is so it's more stable on an uneven space. Well, if you put the damn plug, if you put this one, if you put your third point of contact forward where the weight is, it tips over. So this one, I can knock these off, probably, maybe. No fucking way. I'd have to cut these off. The other end of this is, it's not the end of the world. It didn't work. It will stay put, but it just the slightest bit of anything tips it over. If I had put these two at the front here and this at the back, it probably wouldn't have done that. If I'd have just used all 4, it wouldn't have done that. If I hadn't have made these so high, it wouldn't have done that. That's why I redesigned the other one. Yeah, it's hilarious, actually. Its ability to want to tip over. Its ability to want to tip over is really, quite frankly, hilarious. I don't think I couldn't have engineered it to tip over like that. So this one's got to come apart. Now, again, because every problem has a 3D printing solution, and sometimes those solutions don't always work. I went back into Fusion and I redesigned this. Where I'm going to put this, and I'm going to show in a minute when I install it, because I'm going to do an installation. I'll show a quickie installation video because I'm not totally 100% sure it's going to work. So that is. That's the second time I've done that today. Let's see if I can see it on camera. Oh, right there. I have to get up. This level. I hit this level 4 times throwing shit into the trash. So my game plan here is to surface mount this on the fence itself. So the fence it's a wrought iron fence. So my game plan is to mount this on the fence just like that. And then the wire will come out. And I'm going to mount it low enough on the fence that you'll never see the wire sticking out the back. I hope. I'm not sure. I'm a little... so I put a... My allergies are killing me. So I put a little curvature on the top to keep shit from laying on it. It came out really nice, actually. I designed this last night while I was sleeping. Or I wasn't sleeping. I was laying in bed. So I'm going to go see if this fits. And then if it does fit, I'm going to go install it. And I'll install it on camera. Because I still have to run the wires and everything. But it looks like everything's lining up. If I have to, and I don't necessarily want to, I may have to. I was hoping that I could use... So let's take it apart. The idea here is that this will go where the 1/2-inch square stock uprights are. Boop. And then the back side's going to come on and be a clamp and hold it in place. Now, it's going to be mounted really low. I'll show I'm going to show how it's going to get mounted. But it doesn't really need clamping force this way, okay, to hold it in place. If those rods are 1/2-inch in diameter, which they should be, it actually might slide a little bit. I'm hoping it moves. believe it or not, I want it to move. So the screw is going to go through the light and then into the back, and then the back will get held on. I'm going to have to ream those holes out. These need to be clearanced. Clearance. So when I put the screw in, I can these will be clearance holes, and then these are actually the tightening holes. And hopefully the screw won't bump out the back. I put pretty big bosses on the inside. I'm loving Fusion, by the way. It's like my new favorite toy. But I put pretty big bosses on the inside to catch the screw. So we'll see how it works. My neighbor, who never cuts his grass, decided he wanted to cut his grass today. I got other shit I got to do, so I'm going to put this thing together. So it is what it is. As a matter of fact, it sounds like he either just ran out of grass or gas or just hit something, which he's pretty good at too. Okay, let's put this together. So you can see here's my door, which obviously needs to be fixed, but and painted. It's on my list. So here's the housing that I printed, and this is where I wanted to put it. Now, ironically enough, or not ironically, I wanted to be able to mount this on any one of these, but I specifically measured this particular one because it's closest to the door. And lo and behold, this is the only one that fits. It does not fit here by about 1/8 of an inch. It does not fit here by about 1/8 of an inch. It doesn't fit here by about 1/8 of an inch. The only one that it actually fits is this one, which is exactly where I wanted to put it anyway. So I kind of want... I forgot my fucking screwdriver. God damn it! And I forgot to drill clearance holes. Hopefully this won't snap. I mentioned this before. If you don't have a set of numbered drill bits, I really suggest buying them. So that's going to go there. I'm kind of up in the air on where I want to mount this thing exactly. I either want to I should put it up here, because, well, that's where it fits. I think that's where we're going to put it, and it illuminates both sides of the... It'll throw just the perfect amount of light, I hope. Right here. That goes there like that. This thing fits perfectly tight enough. It fits nice and tight, which is exactly what I wanted. I can't believe this actually is working. Something's got to go wrong. Oh, there's what went wrong. That screw is not long enough. Oh, you rotten motherfucker. Oh. Nah, still not long enough. That screw is literally like 2 threads too fucking short. Yeah, you gotta be yanking my fucking chain. I can't believe that. I was afraid it was gonna be too long. And it is literally a fucking thread too short. Oh, you fucking worthless whore bag. That is absolutely infuriating. We'll be back. Because watching me suffer is part of the fun, right?
just so happens I've got screws that are just a little bit longer. There we go. The light is mounted. Yeah, it's a little gappy in here, but I'm not too worried about it. And of course the screw head is, the back of the screw is sticking out by like just enough to poke yourself out. So we'll just back it out just a little bit. Actually, I could probably, oh, damn it, motherfucker. That's too much. We're just gonna leave it that way. Okay, well, there we go. We'll see what this looks like at night. All right, so trying something new here. I'm filming this on my iPad, believe it or not. So this is the new and improved light. Again, almost in the perfect spot. Yeah, wow, it shows up a lot brighter. So this is the gate with the goofy step, right? But there is the coupe de grace. That's it right there. I know it's kind of out of focus a little bit. Focus? But that's what I wanted. So we have a light there, and then see how dark it is? That's not just the camera, but there's nothing here to trip over. And then there's the other one. So there we go. Who knew?